Hey beautiful people, Crystal here from Elite Hair Care USA. So today my client came in after getting what we call a wave nouveau. Those may know it as a form of a jerry curl. About 2 months before she got the wave nouveau, she also got a permanent color, and the stylist later on probably forgot, which is common, and did a wave nouveau to her hair, and within a matter of days to weeks her hair started to fall out. As you guys can see, she has a lot of breakage, and she came in basically saying, you know what, just cut it off and we're going to start over. Thank you. So that's exactly what we did. The reason why I really wanted to showcase this video to you guys is mainly because this is something that's very common. It happens a lot, and you know, I'm one of those people where I don't bash stylists. I'm like that. Even when I know what stylist did it, I don't need to mention the stylist. But I really wanted to do this video for informational purposes because this gives you more understanding of how the hair works. There are certain services that you cannot relax, wave nouveau, keratin treatment, Brazilian blowout, any form of straightening or chemical straightening system or chemical waving system that you cannot do over a color. And when I say a color, I mean permanent and also sometimes demi-permanent color. Reason being is the process actually has to be done the opposite way. So if you are wanting a wave nouveau, a relaxer, a straightening system, whatever, I highly recommend, number one, going to a professional, but that kind of is counteractive because she did actually go to a professional. And number two, I recommend doing what we call, as a stylist, a strand test. Now, in her case, it was a little more unique because I'm going to assume that maybe the stylist did not remember that they did a permanent color. And I'm not going to 100% contribute the fact that the hair fell out based on that. But just hearing that the information, I could kind of figure out where it happened. So that is why we are at this point of a full-on tapered cut. So after consulting with her, honestly, she had her hair in large cups. That's how much hair was coming out. So we decided, well, not even we, she decided, listen, just cut it off. I'm going to have to grow it back. She already had her moments with her hair, and it is just what it is. I was going to initially attempt to save it as much possible, but when she actually came in and I saw it, really and truly, there was no saving at this point. So really, it was required that we cut her hair. Now, for the shampoo process, I did decide to do the hair repair system, and we are also going to do a protein treatment. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, what's the purpose of the protein treatment? The protein treatment is going to, number one, aid the hair, that new growth that is coming out. But you don't know how extensive the chemical damage is from the wave nouveau system. So rather than just cutting it off and allowing it to just do what it does and just do what it does and don't worry about it, now is the time when you want to take your hair care back. So we went straight in. The first shampoo was our Elite Clarify, which actually released today. The second shampoo is what you see me doing, which is the hair repair and growth shampoo. Now, just because it is all about strengthening, the good thing about the hair repair and growth is it also adds that moisture back into the hair as well. And it gives you a good equal balance. So the hair repair and growth shampoo is definitely a go. And that is also what I recommended for her to be using at home in the midst of her regrowing her hair. Because right now she's basically at a start over point. And her hair is really at the strongest level right now. If you notice, her density completely changed once we cut all of that chemically overprocessed hair off. So now we're doing the protein treatment, which is our Elite Repair RX. You guys remember our protein treatment before? Well, it is back. And the Repair RX, basically, you apply it to the hair, which was treatment. That was number one. She went under the dryer for about 10 to 15 minutes, and we dried her hair without a processing cap. Then she came back to the bowl, which is where we are now, and I'm rinsing out the Repair RX step 1. And now I'm applying step 2, which is considered Hydrate. Okay, so step 1 is called treatment. Step 2 is called Hydrate. They are both a part of the Repair RX collection, but they come together. Okay, so one needs the other. You cannot get them separate. They come as a set. Once I put the Hydrate on her hair, I just comb through her hair with a comb just to make sure that I distribute it. And the goal of the Hydrate is to rehydrate the hair, restore the moisture content in the hair, and also restore that shine and soften the follicle. So that is why you saw me put the conditioner on. Now, for some hair types, if the hair is slightly too crispy, I'll use that word, then you can go back and do a second conditioner to rehydrate the hair again. In her case, I did not have to do that. So now what I'm doing is going through and I am basically detailing the tapered cut. So I'm going through and just kind of tapering down the sides and the back slightly to give her a style. I mean, she still needs a style. Even though she's growing it back, I'm not going to leave her walking out with a baby fro. Now, one thing that we spoke about together while we were in the salon was that when she goes to the barber, because most people who have tapered cuts like this, they go to a barber because they can get it done really, really quickly. But as women, barbers don't understand that we do not want the crispy hard line like a man does. And this is how we tell them to soften the haircut. So I gave her instructions of how to keep the haircut nice and soft. If you want to keep it soft, you do not allow the barber to edge your hairline. Why? Because men get hairline edges and men typically have a harder face. Hairlines or edging on the hairline will create a hard face. You can edge the back, you can edge around the ear, but try to stay away from the front of the head as a woman, okay? Now, at this point of the process, I'm literally just cleaning it up. As you guys can tell, I had already gotten her down really, really low. All I needed to do was taper the bottom and or the nape and the sides, and then just go through and just kind of blend it out. So we were already in a good place. She's going to embrace her salt and pepper, which it was very nice. I feel like her salt and pepper was very, very nice. And then we actually used our high definition kit to help define her curls a little bit more. And for her, this is really, really simple because this is almost like a wash and go style for her. She gets up in the morning and she moves on after she does her high definition. So what I'm doing now is I'm just edging the hairline in the back. And then I'm also going to edge the hairline above her ears or around her ears. Now, you can clean up the sideburns. That is okay when it comes on to your cut. But I just don't recommend going anywhere near the crown itself or in the temples. It is going to create a hue of, I'm so sorry to say it this way, but it will make you look like a butch. Period. Okay? But if you're a girly girl with a tapered cut, throw some earrings on, put on some nice lipstick, get your eyebrows done, and you are ready to go. So as a part of the high definition kit, we're going to use the curl defining curl defining gel, and also the Frizz Tamer and Shine Serum. So I applied the Frizz Tamer and Shine Serum to the hair first. Okay, this is going to create a base that does not allow the hair to dry out. And then I went through and applied a little bit of the curl defining gel to her hair on top of the Frizz Tamer and Shine Serum. Now I know you're wondering why I did that. The purpose is the Frizz Tamer and Shine Serum is a silicone base. So it's going to create a nice coating on the hair for preparation of the curl defining gel. Gel is gel, you guys. And even though our gel does not dry your hair out to the maximum like most gels do, you still want to aid the hair in keeping the hair nice and hydrated at the same time. So the silicone is going to form a barrier on the hair and protect the hair from the elements first. Then we applied the curl defining gel right on top of that. And if you guys see me wandering around, I was trying to find my sponge and I just decided to not stop filming because I wanted to talk anyway. And then I'm just using the sponge just to go through and create those little coils to aid the curl defining gel, because when you're dealing with short hair like hers, texture is everything. If she had a finer texture, I would not have to use the sponge, but because she had a nice density and her hair texture was medium to coarse, which is not bad at all, I still wanted to aid the fact that I wanted her curls to be slightly more defined. Rather than me going through and comb styling her, I just used the sponge, okay? Now, for her hairline, I just decided to put a little bit of gel there. And I did do some little coils, but it wasn't even required. I don't even know why I did it. And then I used the edge brush just to kind of brush down her hairline to soften the look in the face. And then after I gave the curl defining gel a couple minutes on top just to sit there, that's when I went back with the sponge and just gave even more definition to her coils. So if you guys remember what her hair looked like a couple seconds to minutes ago versus what it looks like now, you start noticing the little ringlets are popping out and the definition is coming in. Once I got finished with that, I just went through and I saw a couple little straight hairs hanging out. Those hairs are technically over-processed hairs. That's why they are hanging out bone straight. This is the finish, you guys. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Comment down below what you guys thought about the taper. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.